Welcome back to a special episode of the Retro Wave Podcast. That who you hear giggling back there. We got the Omega Man, Omega Ace Gaming. What's going on, Omega?
What's going
What were
on?
you cracking up at? Let us in on the joke.
Well, I was just trying to move some stuff off the floor out of the way so it'll be outside of the shot. And the music was playing in the background, so I had to hightail it back to the chair.
All right, and next up we got a recurring guest on here. This guy knows more about Jaws 4, James Bond, and Robert Davi movies than I do
Yeah,
about my own 401k. We've got the professor, Tylord Stevenson. What's going on, Tylord?
glad. Thanks for having me, buddy. Glad to be here. I don't know what we're here for. I don't know. All I know it's Christmas time, so Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, this was kind of a impromptu little bonus episode, but I've seen some other podcasts, Pixel, I think they're called the Pixel Game Podcast or Pixel, I forget the name of the podcast, but they do
Right.
like this tier ranking thing. So,
Right.
don't put it above me to just completely rip someone off and use the same idea.
No,
So
no.
so we're gonna do the same thing, but kind of like holiday themed edition. So
There you go.
I'm gonna pop up some different tiers, and you guys are gonna help me rank these different things. So we're gonna jump right into it. Let's get
All
right
right.
into it. Let me
Let's
share
see
my
it.
screen here. And I don't know which one I'm selecting first, so it's gonna be a surprise to me
Okay.
too. You see
Oh, look
this?
at that. Yeah.
Oh, pretty.
So put yourself in this mind space. It's you're 9-10 years old. It's Christmas time, Christmas Eve. You're gonna open up a Nintendo
Oh,
NES game. Tylord actually gave me this idea.
Okay.
Video games based on movies. So the movie was first, right? And then they made a video game out of it.
Mhm.
What I have on the screen here for the audio listeners, we got only NES games: Rambo for the NES, Predator for the NES, Home Alone, Karate Kid, Platoon. That thing says Christmas like Platoon. Uh, Back to the Future and Jaws. So we're gonna rank these. It goes from S tier to D tier. Obviously S is the ultra, the best rating. So Omega, pick one. Pick one of these games.
Okay. Let's start with Rambo.
Rambo. Okay. All right. You tell us what tier does this fall on for you? Where does it fall on this tier for you?
Let's put it. Maybe I'm being a little generous. Let's put it in the B tier.
All right, we'll put a beer. What says you, Tyler? I mean, we'll average it out afterwards.
There you go.
okay. I
Where
see
have you
one
played this?
that's near and dear. I see one that's near and dear to my heart, and I think I got it on Christmas morning one day, and it probably belongs down in the C or D, but I'll.
Oh no, but first tell me what tier do you put Rambo in? We'll average out
Oh,
the.
Rambo. Okay, we're
Have you
okay. We're
played it?
gonna go through each game. Okay, okay. See, that one's pretty darn cool because it's based on the movie and it follows the plot of the movie and it kind of plays like Zelda 2, right, Omega?
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, so I think it belongs at least there. Yes.
So it's a B. It's a solid
Yeah.
B.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, you pick the next one. You know what? I haven't played any of these damn games, so I'm not even
Okay.
Oh, dang.
gonna rank them myself. If you guys have played them, you guys can rank them. You pick one,
Okay.
Tyler.
Okay. I got my game there. I see that I actually got for Christmas one year, and it's near and dear to me. And I think I talked about it in your top five NES games. So if it's a top five for me, I would put it in S, but I'll be realistic and I'll put it in B, and that's Jaws, or
What
sorry, A for Jaws.
Oh, wow.
what says what says you, Omega? Where do you put Jaws?
Hmm. I mean, it's definitely a playable game. It doesn't have any glaring flaws. I
Whoops, hold
think
on, it's
it's
upstairs. Where do
yeah.
you
I
put
mean,
it?
I'm trying to break it down in my mind and kind of just trying to decide. He's like, get to the point. Omega, which tier do you want it on? Quit talking.
Rank
no,
it, Omega. Hurry
you
up.
changed the tier list. There's a different tier list
God
on the
damn it.
screen.
Hold on. Hold on. We're not even
I
like
took
10
I took
minutes
too long.
into this podcast. Hold on. Let me push this button.
Tiburon
We'll
hit
do
the
it
gas
live.
pedal.
Okay.
Oh.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking
Oh my
thing
God.
sucks.
All right. Sorry about that. There's always a technical difficulty.
Oh
anytime.
yeah. You can't have a podcast without technical difficulties.
Exactly. All right. Let me go back. All right. So, Tylord, what did you say? First,
I
Jaws?
said an A, and I think it deserves at least an A because it's based on a movie that was set during Christmas.
Okay. And what says you, Omega?
Oh man. Well, I don't want to end up putting everything in B tier, but me personally, I'd probably put Jaws into B. Mostly because of the length of the game. Like once you're familiar with the game, you can knock that game out in like 8-9 minutes.
Yeah.
So I don't really feel like you get enough bang for your buck there, you know?
And since it's not letting me put it in the middle, I'm going to be the tiebreaker, even though I probably only played 5 minutes of this game.
There
I'm
you
putting
go.
Jaws as a B.
Okay.
Sorry, Tylord. Sorry.
Okay.
Tylord, pick the next game. Can you see the games on here?
Yeah, and I haven't played too many of those, but I've been playing Home Alone on Sega Master System, and F that game, it's going in the D.
You said F that game, but it's a B or a D?
No, I said D.
Okay.
It's
Or is
a
there
D.
an F?
There's no
I
F. I
don't know.
why
I've never
there's no
played
F.
it. Though. It might be good. I think that one's supposed to be the best version, right? I don't know.
Really?
Have
Yeah.
you played this one, Omega?
I haven't, but I heard it was a terrible game, so I'm not against it being in the D tiers.
But it is a Christmas game, and the movie is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've heard
definitely.
the games aren't that great, huh?
Okay.
There's like 6 different versions, right, of the Home Alone video game.
Yeah.
All right, Omega, pick another one.
How about Back to the Future?
All right, where do you put this one? You've played this one?
Yeah, actually, I have played this one. It's like a run. It's like one of those games where you kind of just run and avoid obstacles, and then it has like a couple mini games in between. Man, for the sake of not putting everything under B tier, let's put this one under C.
All right, Tylord, is Back to the Future on the NES staying at C?
I think so. I hear it's once you learn how to play that, it's a pretty good game. But all my experiences with it were bad, so I want to give it some credit though. So let's put it in C
All
because the
right.
movie's the best movie on there. So
All right, cool. All right, I think it's your turn, Tylord. Pick another game.
okay, what about Karate Kid?
Yeah,
Which is based on Karate Kid 1 and 2, right? And I remember you fight the tournament of the movie in the first stage, and then the second stage gets really tough, and you're avoiding pendulums. And I remember it was really tough, but I don't remember it being a terrible game. I just never spent much time with it, so I hate to say, but probably belongs in the B again.
All right, we'll put it at B alongside Rambo and Jaws for now. What says you, Omega?
I mean, it's not a horrible game, but at the same time, when I compare it to Rambo and Jaws, I feel like those games are a notch above that game, so I'd probably put it in the C's.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, I'll be the tiebreaker, and I'm gonna put it next to Back to the Future. I think I've only seen the pendulum thing, where you have to
Yeah.
dodge the pendulum thing, right?
Yeah.
From knocking you off and knocking you into the water, I think.
Right.
Yep, yeah. It's
All
got
right,
the bottle
Omega.
breaking mini game too, with the bottles.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Where you like chop it like that or some
Mhm.
shit. All
Yeah.
right.
What, like the art of fighting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Uh,
Omega.
how-
We got Predator and Platoon left on the board.
Man, I've never played Platoon, so I'll go with Predator.
Where are we putting this bad boy?
It's game in terms of gameplay, it's basically got nothing to do with it doesn't really have a whole lot to do with Predator. Uh
I think I
although
saw Eugene play this. EC Myers like a while
yeah.
ago.
The sequences where you're like, that's the one where you're really big in like big mode, right? On some of the sequences, like I want to say.
Yeah.
God, I'm guessing here. I'm trying to remember here. Probably a C though. It's not super memorable for me.
Tylord, you play this one?
Nope. So I don't have any input on that.
I think the cover looks cool.
Yeah, the cover looks awesome. I remember I always wanted to get it or rent it, but I never got my hands on it when I was a kid. And then, once again, another fantastic movie. I can't think of too many bad movies that have games based on them.
Yeah, that's true. All right, Tylord, have you played Platoon? That's the only one left on the board.
No, all I know is it's like a anti-war movie, war game.
You haven't played this Omega, right? You said?
No, I don't have any experience with that game at all.
And me neither. So we won't even rank it. But let me. Nobody.
Oh, it is the only game, the video game adaptation that's based on an Academy Award-winning movie, other than like Return of the King. Isn't that true?
Oh, really? I know Charlie Sheen, like a young Charlie Sheen.
And Willem Dafoe.
Okay,
and who else? A lot of heavy hitters around that.
Yeah.
But let me recap this tier for the NES. NES video games where it's a video game based on a movie. Damn, man, none of these did great. Nobody got an A or an S. Rambo and Jaws.
I should have given Jaws an
S. Yeah, they would have averaged out to an A.
Yeah.
So we had Rambo and Jaws at B. And then Back to the Future, Predator, Karate Kid at C, and Home Alone at D. All right, let's go to the next one now.
All right.
Was there anyone that was missing an NES game where it was a video game based on a movie that I missed? Because I kind of did this on
there's Total Recall, Elm Street.
Total Recall, yep.
Oh, Friday the 13th.
Friday oh my God.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Get me off this podcast already. Hold on, I got a button for that too. This one's for me right here.
Pendejo. Pendejo.
Can't believe I left off Friday the 13th. God.
Oh my God, I know.
All right, next one.
Cliffhanger. What else?
There's Cliffhanger. Yeah. There's so
that was on NES too.
Really think about
it.
Hey, there's the Goonies too.
Goonies too. Batman and Batman Returns. Goonies too. Yeah.
I forgot all those and I put fucking Platoon.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Platoon. Nobody played. Yeah.
Ghostbusters, huh?
All right, so Christmas Eve, you're done opening your gifts, and maybe one of these movies is playing in the background.
Oh, okay.
Tylord, pick one to start off with. Can you see what the movie?
Yeah, I hate to take the easiest one, but Home Alone S tier all the way.
Okay.
Damn, S tier. Okay. What about you, Omega?
I'm good with that. Yeah, I think it belongs up there. It's a great movie and definitely, definitely a childhood favorite.
I have seen I think a lot of these movies. So yeah, this is S tier, man. I took my wife to see this for the first time. She had never seen this movie. I took her to see it like 2 or 3 years ago. They showed it at a theater near us, and she loved it. She was like cracking up, and I was like, yeah, it still holds up, right? It's
absolutely, yeah. It's like I think it's a perfect movie, kind of like Back to the Future.
Yeah, awesome movie. All right, Omega, you pick one off the list here.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. That one cracks me up. Yeah, definitely. It's going to be somewhere. It's going to be either an S or an A. So I guess for now, let's put it at A. For now, I mean, I'll be easily convinced.
Yeah.
What you got, Tyler?
I'll do A, but I'll say A too. But if you want to do S, I'll give you that.
Yeah, I won't. I wouldn't complain.
That's kind of the hard thing, right? Because if you put it at S, you're saying it's as good as Home Alone.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe it doesn't belong at A. It's really good, but I don't put it up there with Home Alone. But I think it's pretty darn near the top, or it might deserve to be up there.
I saw it again last year. I hadn't seen it since I was a kid. This is one of those movies that was like, I feel like it was always on HBO. Like it was just always on. I used to love it, but when you're a kid, a lot of the jokes go over your head.
Yeah.
A lot of the adult jokes, and I saw this last year. I was still cracking up, and
I, I
and
never
I think
noticed the Randy Quaid shirt thing. I never noticed that until you pointed that out.
yeah, and I think I understand what's his name, Clark Griswold more now that I'm older.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like get him. Like, yeah, I get
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
When your wife is like, go put up the lights or go do this, and some shit won't work, and you're like throwing a
right.
fit. I'm like,
Hmm.
I get it now. So yeah, but definitely, I think A. I think it's still a bit beneath
Yes.
Home Alone. All right, Omega, pick another one off of here.
Elf. Let's go with Elf.
Where are you putting this guy?
That's gonna be a solid B.
This is the what's his name? Will Ferrell. And
Yeah.
Uh,
You seen this one, Tylord?
to tell the truth, I can't stand Will Ferrell, but I hear it's a good movie. I don't like a couple of Will Ferrell skits like really crack me up, but overall he gets on my nerves. So I'll put that
Mm.
at a D. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, you can leave
Ooh,
it there. That's good.
okay.
Yeah.
Nah.
Are you a Will Ferrell guy, Omega? Because I know he's kind of like you either love him or
Uh,
hate him.
I like some of his movies, but not all.
Yeah.
Eurovision is a really fun one. If you haven't seen that, that stars Will Ferrell also.
Okay, I haven't
Uh,
seen that one.
but yeah, he does wear on me sometimes. Not every movie he's in is great, you know.
Dude, I'm on the same wavelength with Tylord. I kind of can't stand him sometimes. Will Ferrell.
Yeah, yeah, no, I get it. I get
But
it.
I think the one movie I did like was the Brothers one. I think it was Step Brothers.
Oh,
With
Step Brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I thought that
Yeah.
one was hilarious, but this one I went to the theater. I
Mhm.
thought it was horrible. I didn't like it.
There you
So
go.
I give it a D. So
Okay.
I think that's an average of a C,
Average
right?
C. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair. That's fair. Yeah.
There you go, average of a C. All right, Ty Lord, you pick next. By the way, the third one is Jingle All the Way, and the last one's The Grinch.
Okay, yeah, I can see. Yeah, Christmas Story.
Mhm.
Okay, for my wife, that's her favorite Christmas movie ever, and we watch it every year. And it's a classic, The Grinch. That's the animated one, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. We're talking about the
Yeah,
anime, the old
and yeah, I
school.
think you sent us a copy of that a couple years ago, the Blu-ray, right?
Right.
And my wife still has the VHS of it. It's a very short movie, maybe like 15 minutes long or half hour, but classic. S tier for sure.
Man,
Mm.
is it staying in S, Omega?
I mean, I really like the animation. The music's great. Yeah, I think it belongs there. It's a good movie.
An S, okay. I'm gonna be the spoiler then. I think
Okay.
it's great, but I don't think I would put it with Home Alone. I think I would give it like an A. Because
Okay.
I have a short attention span, so I do like stuff
Yeah.
that ends quickly.
Yeah.
Hey, not everything, all right? Don't get any
Mhm.
ideas.
Yep,
Not
yep.
everything that ends quickly. But like when when movies are like too long, this one I like that it's snackable. But I would
Mhm.
say
Yeah.
A, it kind of looks like it's a little below Home Alone on the screens for some reason, even though it's at S.
Mhm.
So we'll leave it there, I think. We'll leave it there.
Okay.
All right, Omega, we got A Christmas Story, Miracle on 34th Street, and Jingle All the Way left.
Oh man, Jingle All the Way.
Where are you putting
And
this guy?
I find Sinbad pretty annoying in that movie, and 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 Arnold's just not that great either in that one. So I'm probably gonna put him like at a C. I'm thinking a C for that one.
All right. Tyler, I think we were talking about this yesterday on the
Yeah.
Discord for some reason.
It's not my favorite, but I get a kick out of it. I'd probably give it a B.
Okay.
A B. All right.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. I know that
Okay.
Paul White, the Giant's in it, right? The Big
Oh,
Show.
is he in that? I can't. Oh, he's
Yeah.
like Santa Claus or something.
Yeah, he fights them like he fights them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
That's the Big Show. So
All right.
we can't
Well,
put it like
we could put a B. Yeah, B's okay.
all right, we'll leave it at it. We'll put it. I've never seen it. We'll
Yeah.
put it at B. But it sounded
It's
hilarious. I think someone was talking about how Phil Hartman's like a
yeah.
Yeah,
creepy neighbor or something.
yeah, he's trying to get at Arnold's
Flirt with
wife.
his wife. Yeah, that's right.
And
I mean, it's better than Elf. So
I'm a big
yeah.
Phil Hartman fan. So yeah, we'll put it above Elf.
All right,
All right,
that'll
all right,
work.
all right, Tylor. Which one you want to
Okay,
pick
what do
up?
we got? Miracle and Christmas Story. Christmas Story. You know what? I couldn't stand that movie when I was a kid. I thought it was boring. Like my parents wanted to watch it, my grandparents wanted to watch it. They thought it was so good, and I thought it was freaking boring. It seemed like it just drags on and on. But now that I'm an adult, I understand like it's nostalgia for them because it was set during like was it the '60s or the '50s?
Not really.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I can see like it's a brilliant movie, and that it's like the life of an average kid around Christmas time, or a kid in the '50s, and
Yeah.
I can see the like a good like period piece type movie. So I appreciate it. Like all of us now are obsessed with the '80s and everything has to be the '80s. So back like in the '80s or the '70s or whatever, it was having a movie like that's nostalgic for the '50s, like the set in Christmas. I think it was like a sleeper hit. I think it never got popular. I don't know. This my wife was saying this. It never got popular until it was on TNT all the time, and everyone freaking loved it. And it's a cult classic now. But I think it deserves to be a classic. So I would say it deserves an S because I've grown
Oh,
to
damn.
appreciate it. But I'll say
Wow.
you give it an A for me.
MA, okay.
Yeah,
Right next
Okay.
to National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. What about
yeah.
you?
Oh man. I don't think it's a bad movie. And overall, I think it does have some memorable scenes. You know, it has that scene where he snaps and he beats up the bully. I
Yeah.
thought that was pretty funny. Uh, God. Although the thing that really put me off about it though was how often it would be played just about everywhere. I
Yeah.
remember I remember when I was working retail, that movie played in the break room every freaking day for the month of December. Uh, so I'd probably put it probably a B if it was me.
Okay. I think I'm gonna be the tiebreaker. I've never seen this movie, and I've never seen it for all the reasons Tylord said. This should look boring. This movie looks boring as hell. I'm gonna put it at a B. I don't think it's as good as National
Okay.
Lampoons, even though I've never seen it.
All
Whose
right.
turn was it? I think Omega. You got the last America on 34th Street.
Oh man. Uh I don't know a whole lot about it. I don't remember the movie so much. It was like a isn't this the one where like Santa Claus was on trial or something like that? I don't even or am I thinking of a different movie altogether? Uh
I put it on the tier thing, and I don't even remember what movie it is.
You know, I used to watch it all the time, but it's kind of vague to me now.
Is
But
it?
I know
It's
it's a
black and
classic.
white,
Like
right?
it's a warm, fuzzy feeling movie. I know it's good
Is
mhm.
it?
because
Is it
I
the?
was.
Is it the one where the dad like comes to a realization at the end that his family is important, or is that another one?
That's It's a Wonderful Life. You should have put that one on
Oh,
there.
that's a
I
great movie.
I
That's a
was
great movie.
thinking
Yeah,
of that movie when I put this
yeah,
one. I thought it was this one, and I was like, why isn't the main guy on
Oh
the
my
cover of the
gosh.
picture?
yeah,
Hold
That's
on.
a good movie. I would have
Yeah.
given that one an A or an S. Yeah.
yeah.
Then we need to play another one of these, right?
Pendejo. Pendejo.
Yeah. All right. So I don't know anything about this movie, but
I think it at least deserves an A. But it's like I said, I can't really speak for it because I haven't seen it in years. But we did watch it all the time when we were kids, and it would
Yeah.
always give everyone warm, fuzzy feelings.
you want to keep it at an A, Omega?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
I
My parents liked it, so
Yeah.
I, I don't. I want to put it at a D. So I think we'll. Even though so that I think that's an average of a C, maybe.
A
So
plus.
S tier, we got Home Alone, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. A was National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and the bottom of the barrel, Elf and Miracle on 34th Street. All right, let's go.
I don't know about that.
Right.
Let's go to tell me if
Okay.
you guys can see this. Can you see this? What I'm showing here, or no?
Now you see
No.
you.
Okay, it went away. All right, let me go to the next one. Guess that didn't work.
Okay.
All right. So I might have to tell you guys what this is because it might be hard for you to see it.
I think I see what it is.
So this is all right. You're enjoying your movie in the
Ooh.
background.
Oh,
You just open your copy of Platoon. You're pumped. You're hyped. And there's food on the table. You got gingerbread man. You got tamales. You got eggnog, Christmas ham. This fruit bread. I don't know what they call it. Fruit cake or something.
Fruitcake, yeah.
Candy canes and cocoa with
Mhm.
marshmallows.
Oh my god.
Pick one,
And
Tyler. We're gonna rank Christmas holiday themed snacks. Pick one.
you
Tyler.
forgot to say TNT is playing Christmas Story in the background.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
it
Christmas
is.
story
Yeah.
in the background
Okay, yeah.
for the 100th
What?
time in the month.
Okay. What? So we got peppermint hot chocolate. We got candy canes. We got fruit cake. We got ham
Mhm.
Yep.
and
Eggnog, tamales,
eggnog. Okay.
and gingerbread cookies.
Gingerbread cookies. And what's the second one by gingerbread cookies?
That's the tamales.
Oh, okay.
It's because Omega and I are
Oh,
Mexican,
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
he
No,
knows that there's got to be
yeah, yeah.
tamales on Christmas.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'll start with the fruit cake. I'll give that a D. I can't stand that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do people like that though, right? No one likes that anymore, right? It was something your aunt made, or
I
do
don't.
people like that? Or
Honestly, I put that one in because I couldn't think of anything else, and I was like,
yeah,
people eat this, don't they? Like for holidays.
yeah.
But it's at a D. What about you, Omega? Have you had Christmas fruitcake?
I don't think I've ever met anybody that liked it. It's like, why does this keep being made? Right?
So I think we should keep it at a strong D then, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a firm D. A
Alright.
firm D.
Uh-oh.
Oh my.
All right, Omega. All right, Omega, you pick the next meal or snack.
Oh my god. Well, for the polar opposite, man, tamales are going to be an S rank for me.
But what kind of tamales though?
Oh man, there's
Chicken.
like so many. There's like chicken. There's like what, shredded pork, right? Isn't that one of
Yep. The
Oh, yeah.
red sauce with the shredded pork.
Yeah, dude. Oh man. No, you can't go wrong with that, man. Except when they put olives in it. I mean, like I'll still enjoy it, but not as
Olives?
much. Yeah,
I
some
don't
people
think
put like
I've never
green
had
olives in
olives.
them or something like that. Yeah. They're
Man, that's
they're
weird.
still solid though. Yeah. Definitely S rank. When it's the shredded pork, that's the top tier for me.
Or
Yeah.
the cheese with the jalapeno.
Oh yeah.
That's cool too, yeah.
What about you, Tylord? Have you ever
No,
had
I
tamales
agree.
on Christmas?
But yeah, I agree completely. I'm not Mexican, but I have a lot of Mexican neighbors and coworkers and friends, so I get a lot of those around Christmas time. So, and yes, that's probably my favorite Christmas food.
Mm-hmm.
You're keeping it
Yeah,
at
so yes.
Oh, don't feel pressure just because Omega.
No.
I'm not even listening, right?
You know what?
I'm not supposed to eat them anymore after my heart surgery. Maybe I'll have one this year because all my blood levels are good.
There you go.
There
You know
go.
what? I like tamales, but being Mexican, I get kind of sick of them because my
Mm.
wife makes like 100 of them. So then I'm eating them for a whole week. And I'm like, I don't want anymore. I don't want to eat tamales anymore.
Oh, poor guy.
Right.
Because I don't know if you've ever had the sweet ones, Tyler. I'm sure Omega, you've had the sweet ones, the
Yeah.
tamale dulce, the sweet
Mhm.
one. And she makes those. So then I have that for breakfast with a coffee, and then I have a pork one for lunch, and then a chicken. I'm like, I don't want tamales anymore. So honestly, I would put it at like a B.
All
So
right.
that might
A
average.
average.
A average.
Yeah.
Right there.
Okay.
That's
All right,
cool.
Tylord, pick
Okay.
another snack here.
Okay, my turn again. Candy cane.
Candy cane.
Yeah.
Where are you putting this guy right here?
I think that's a classic. I think it deserves an A. That's the classic.
Wow.
That's what you think of. Oh, I got one right here, candy cane.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean,
He's holding one.
I'd rather have a different dessert than a candy cane, but I mean, I like that mint peppermint flavor, and it's makes your breath smell good and all that. It's just like a little breath mint, but shaped like a cane, and it's like the symbol of Christmas.
That is true.
Mm.
What says you, Omega? You keeping it at an A?
Oh man. Well, when I think about candy canes in my youth, I always associate them with how messy they would get.
Yeah.
You know, like when
that's
the
true.
little kids would have them, they'd get it
Yeah.
all over their hands, and then it'd get
Yeah.
everywhere. Everything becomes sticky.
Yeah.
The little hook would always snap too, and
Yeah.
that was kind of sad.
But I guess they would cut your tongue too. Come to think of it.
Yeah, that was another issue. So probably a C for me because you're Tylord. I'll give Tylord a point though on on them making your breath smell nice. So
Yeah.
That's important.
yeah,
I
that keeps
think
it above the D. So
I think
you
I
know.
think I'll put it at a C also. What is that
Okay.
average? Is that like a B still or a C? Two
Well,
C's,
Tylord said an A, 2 C's. Yeah, we could do that. Yeah, B. That'll
a B.
work.
I think they're what do the kids say nowadays? They're kind of mid. They're kind
Yeah.
of they're kind of
Is that what they
they're
say?
Yeah.
you don't get too excited when you see one, but
Yeah.
you'll suck on one if you see one. All right, all right. Omega, you're next. Pick the next snack.
All right. Oh, some classic ham. You gotta love the ham.
Where you putting the Christmas ham at?
Oh man, if it's honey glazed, that's an S for me. If it's
Okay,
honey
all right.
glazed,
Just for the purpose of this one, it's a honey glazed ham.
there
S
you go.
tier. What about you, Tylord?
See, I really like ham, but I'm more of a turkey or tri-tip guy for
Mm-hmm.
holidays or tamales.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like ham a lot, but sometimes it's a little too sweet for me. Like I don't. I mean, it's wonderful, and especially if you get it nice and tender. I might give it an A.
An A.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think for me it's an A too.
All right.
I'm not a huge fan of like sweet meat, like
Yeah.
orange chicken or barbecue when it's like sweet, or beef
Yeah.
jerky that's sweet. I'm not a huge fan of that. But
There you
ham's
go.
still good. It's
Oh
ham. It's
yeah.
good. What is that?
Especially
An
with,
A?
with like so like with
Yeah,
that
I put that at
mustard
an
on
A.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leave it at an A right there.
There you go.
All right, Tyler, you got gingerbread man, cookies, eggnog, and hot cocoa with marshmallows.
Okay. Eggnog. I'll give that an A. I mean, it's not my favorite thing, but it's up there. It tastes kind of like liquid ice cream, and then you can put some booze in it, and it kind of gives you a little buzz.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
I like it. I mean, it just tastes like liquid ice cream with like a little burn to it. So it makes me think of Christmas. It's like the
Mm-hmm.
flavor of Christmas. Yeah, so I give it an A.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Omega?
I second that. I really like it. I'm not crazy enough about it to make it an S rank, but it definitely, I think it belongs in the A rank. Yeah, it's got a really good aftertaste too.
Mm.
Man, this is S tier for me. Eggnog.
Ooh,
I
okay,
love eggnog. And
nice.
I think I might like it more than the Mexican counterpart. I know Omega's heard of rompope. It's
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
what you just mentioned, Tyler, that sometimes you can put booze in the eggnog.
Yeah.
So Mexico has one that already has booze. It's bottled. It's called
Oh.
rompope, and it's pretty much eggnog with liqueur in it. So
There you
Yeah,
go.
we bottle stuff like that at my work. It's called like rum chata. Is it like
Mm-hmm.
that?
yeah. It's probably
Yeah, yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like similar to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that stuff's hell. Oh yeah, we have the peppermint flavored one. That's like, oh, that's so good. If you mix it up with ice cream or make it like a slushy with it.
There you go. But I think
Yeah.
two S's and an A. We'll leave it at an A.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a high A.
All right. I think it's Tylord next. Oh no, or Omega. Who's next?
Yeah.
I'll go with what was it? The marshmallows and
That's hot cocoa
the
with
cocoa.
marshmallows or the gingerbread man cookies.
Hot cocoa with marshmallows. I'm gonna go with. I'd probably put that. I'd say a solid B.
Right, a B. Tylord.
I was gonna say B as well
Mm.
because
Damn.
I like it, but like I said, I'd rather have eggnog or even a coffee or a Pepsi. But no, I like hot chocolate, but I kind of have grown out of that. Like I'm a mature professor now with a candy cane. Yeah,
What if there was a candy cane inside of the hot cocoa?
yeah, that might put it up to an A.
And I think hot cocoa with marshmallows, that's probably like an A to me. But
Mm.
we'll leave it at a B. Tylord, you got gingerbread man.
Okay, I'll put that at a. I like gingerbread and they're cute, and you think that's what you think of Christmas as like a symbol of Christmas as well,
Mhm.
or the holidays. but it's not really my favorite type of cookie, so I give it a B. Like I'd rather have like other stuff my parents, like my aunties or my grandparents have passed, but the type of little Christmas cookies they would make, like the sugar cookies or all of those. I think I'd prefer those, but so I'll give it a B. Not like I don't like them.
Yeah.
What about you, Omega? What are you giving this one?
They look awesome, but I don't think they're remarkable in taste. You know, my heart always goes straight to the sugar cookies or the snickerdoodle, that kind of thing. So I'd probably put it as like either a B or a C. So I'm somewhere on the fence there.
All right, I think I'll be the tiebreaker. I think they're pretty. I don't know. They're not the best tasting ones. They have like molasses, I think, don't they? Like molasses or some shit like that.
I think
I
so.
think
Yeah.
so, yeah.
I think a C. So we'll put this one.
There
at
we
C.
go.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a C.
And that was it. So the highest ranked ones, we had tamales, the Christmas ham, and the eggnog.
Yeah.
And nobody
Yeah.
gave a damn about that Christmas fruitcake. All right, let's go. We got, I think, two more things to rank. All right.
All right.
Stop sharing that one. Go to the next one. We've got, all right. You've had your tamales, your eggnog. You open up Platoon for the Nintendo. Christmas stories playing in the background. Your uncle, your drunk uncle, comes over, and he's got a gift for you. He's got a toy for you.
Nice.
We're ranking these old school toys. We got Transformers, Thundercats, He-Man, WWF Hasbro, TMNT Playmates, and Hot Wheels. Omega, start us off. Pick one.
Transformers S rank.
Oh man, coming in hot with the S.
Oh yeah. I remember when one of my aunts, when I was staying in Mexico, she gave me a Transformer figure, but it was a bootleg.
Oh, I was about to ask you that.
yeah. But what made it awesome was I as a kid, I saw it. I was like, who is this guy? It's a character that's not in the show. This is amazing. You know what I mean? Like I was, and she was so happy about it when I reacted to it because I was so ecstatic. I was like, and I've never seen this guy before. This is so freaking cool, you know?
Do you remember he was never in the cartoons. He was just like a bootleg version of a Transformer.
Yeah, he didn't look like any particular character, and his colors were just really off the wall. They were like white and bright orange and just, you know, all these like extreme colors. I was like, what is this? I just saw it. I was like, what is this? This is wicked. And I remember opening it immediately. You know, it had that you know, the plastic packaging with the card backing. I just ripped it off immediately and I just assembled him as fast as I could. I was like, oh, this is freaking cool. And it just that memory stayed with me. So for me, like even before I watched Transformers, I was already a Transformers fan, you know, like before I got really into it.
Nice. What says you, Tylord?
I agree. S rank.
S rank.
My parents had to wrestle with people at Montgomery Ward to get me an Optimus Prime one year. And that was like my favorite toy for many years, my Optimus Prime. And I think my grandmother got me Starscream. I had a bunch of them. Probably most of them I got at Christmas over the years when I was a kid. So yeah, those are some of my favorite little action figures.
Wasn't there one that was like a tape player or
Soundwave? I had him too. I think one Christmas I got him.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna show respect to Transformers and not even rank. Because I never got into Transformers. I just never got into it. So I never had a Transformers toy.
Okay.
So we'll leave it. I'll leave it at an S.
There you go.
All right, Omega. Tylord.
Yeah.
Tylord. Pick a toy here.
Okay, what do we got?
We got Thundercats, He-Man, WWF Hasbro's, TMNT Playmates, and Hot Wheels.
Okay, well, let's start off hot and keep it rolling. The He-Man S.
Whoa.
Damn, right next to Transformers.
That's probably my favorite toy line other than Transformers. I had a bunch of them. I don't remember if I got them for Christmas or not, but I remember you could always tell they were He-Mans under the Christmas tree, the little card back ones, the way they were wrapped. I could always tell they were He-Man. and then you could fill the little hole on the top. I think there was like a hole in the front of the plastic. You could fill the top of it. You could fill that little indenture or the indent on the plastic. So it was like a new He-Man toy, and they smell so good when you open them up.
Wait a minute. What was that little dot? That little
I don't know. It was
indentation?
just something on the packaging. It was like a little indent on the front of it.
Because
I don't know.
I
It was
bought
to keep it. They might even keep them from rattling around in there. I don't know.
I bought a modern one. Like it was a
Yeah.
retro style modern Motu.
Yeah. Do they have them?
And it has a little indentation. I was like, what is
Yeah,
that?
yeah. It might just be so they don't shake around in there. I'm not sure.
Okay. Omega, were you a fan of the He-Man toys growing up?
For me, what's really interesting about He-Man is I didn't really grow up watching it, and my parents would always buy most of my toys secondhand. So
Yeah.
I had He-Man toys without even realizing I had He-Man toys. And some of my favorites happened to be He-Man toys without me realizing it. Like I remember one of them, and I only found out as recently as this year that this character was a He-Man character. Is there's one that has like these eyeballs where the eyes kind of pop out upwards
Yeah.
and forward a little bit.
Mantina.
That's the one, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I had him, and he was one of my favorite figures, and
Yeah.
I didn't even know I was a fan of He-Man before that. Like I just happened to have some He-Man figures. That's probably the one that stood out to me the most. But I'd say because of my lack of overall He-Man knowledge, I couldn't rightfully justify the S rank. So I'm gonna just bring it down just one peg into the A rank.
To an A. Okay. I think for me it's S rank too.
Okay, then it
This
stays an
was
S. Yeah.
Yeah, this was the first. I always talk about like my first love, like that nostalgic, like nerdy love was He-Man. I loved He-Man. I feel like we've been talking about He-Man a lot. Like in the last
Mhm.
couple of weeks, we just watched on one of the Discords, Masters of the Universe, and
Okay.
Yeah.
in hopes that I would like it. And no, man, I did not. I still don't like that movie. But nothing will change when it comes to the toys, man. I love the He-Man Masters of the Universe toys. I had a bunch of them. I had like what was the furry guy? Was that Beast Man or I don't
Oh,
remember. He was one of the
Grizzlord.
Hordak. Yeah, one of the
Yeah,
Hordak crew
Grizzlord.
guys. Yeah, that
Yeah.
guy. I had a bunch. The one that like would stick to glass. I think he was like a
Yeah.
snake.
I think it was called
Oh my
Leech.
God! You talk about the green dude?
Yeah,
He
Yeah.
was like a green
yeah,
character. Yeah. See, that was another one I had. I didn't know he was a
Yeah.
He-Man character either at the time.
yeah. That dude. I had the sting core. That was like
Yeah.
it was like a skunk, and he would actually smell. I didn't even know that that was a
Wow.
thing. He actually
Yeah.
smelled.
Yeah.
I had what's the spider guy's name? Webster.
A web store. Yeah.
There you go, Web. I call him Webster.
You Webster,
Yeah.
like the dictionary.
Like Webster. I was
I
thinking Webster,
remember
like
my,
the little
my
black
aunt or my cousin when we were kids. She was a little bit older than me, and she would always talk about, "Oh, we got to watch Webster." She liked that show Webster with wasn't the football player in it? What's his name?
Yeah,
Alex Caress or what was his name?
I never saw that one.
But that little kid, they had the little foster kid, or they adopted the
Yeah.
little midget kid. Like he was
Webster.
like little cute little kid. Yeah, my cousin loved that show, Webster. Yeah, so we watched it. But then I was thinking he was talking about He-Man. Oh, Webster. Yeah, we gotta watch Webster.
That's funny.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
And I always bring up that I remember going to Mexico and my mom had me give away my toys in Mexico to like all the
Yeah,
kids there. So that was like I gave away all my toys. Well, a lot of my toys, I think, because I
that
had
was
too
fun.
many. But I still have a soft spot for He-Man.
Yeah,
Mm.
But man, they're so expensive now. I don't have any vintage ones because they're so expensive now. All right, Omega, pick another one from here. Thundercats, WWF, TMNT, and Hot Wheels.
All right, let's go with the turtles.
Where are you putting this guy?
I'm gonna, as much as I love them, I'm gonna go with A rank.
Okay.
And then the reason is because of all the turtles variants, the sports ones and all that. I was really put off by that as a kid. But overall, I still love the figures. Growing up, I had one friend who was a neighbor who collected them, and he had like a bin full of them. And I remember one day he said, "Let's take them all out of the bin and just kind of put them all over the living room." And we did that. Like we just scattered them all over the room. It just covered the entire living room. And then his dad showed up, and he just saw the figures all over the place. And he's like, "What the hell's going on here?" You know. But I was really, I did not like, as much as I love the figures, and I can think of so many that I had growing up. I just was really put off by the sports ones and just all the different themed versions of the turtles. And you know, I in my mind, it always should have been just one of each character.
Yeah, but they got to make that money. They got to make that
Yeah,
money,
they do.
Omega.
Yes, sir.
What about you, Tylord? Where you put the turtles?
You know what? I sold all my He-Mans at a garage sale, and I ended up getting all the turtles. That was probably like in like third grade or something. No, maybe fourth grade. And it was all about turtles. Like He-Man wasn't cool anymore. It was all about turtles. And they're pretty much just as cool as He-Man. They're just kind of like a continuation. I know the same company doesn't make them, but they're pretty darn close to He-Man. Like a bunch of different creative little characters, and it's fun to collect them and have little wars with them, just like He-Man's. So I think they belong on the same maybe an A.
An
Yeah.
A? Okay.
Yeah.
I think for me they would be S. So we'll leave it at an A.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I don't know if you guys ever have like a memory of when you guys are like, you know, a kid and someone does like something nice for you. I still
Yeah.
have this like memory of when I was like, I might have been like 5, 6, or 7. And we would go to the local flea market, the swap meet, every week down here in
Yeah.
SoCal. And there was always a vendor that sold the Playmates Turtles toys.
Yeah.
And they were just sprawled like on the floor.
Yeah.
So I would always just
that
go
was
and
always cool.
yeah, I would always just go and look at them every week. I would ask my mom, "Can I go and look at them?" And she'd be like, "Yeah." And then I would go and just look at them. But I would never ask my mom for one. And I remember one time I went to look at him. I think it was like weeks in, and she walked up next to me and she's like, "You want one? Like you can pick one." And I was like, I still remember that. Like I still remember
That's
that.
awesome.
And I remember it was Donatello. It was like the original Donatello.
Yeah.
So for me, it'll always
Nice.
be S. But I think what is it? 2 A's and an S. We'll leave it at an A. Who's next? Omega? Or
I
Tylord?
chose the turtles. Yeah.
All right, Tylord.
Okay.
Thundercats, Hasbro's, Hot Wheels.
How about Hot Wheels? I would say that's an American staple right there. I'd say that's an S ring. That was like the first thing I ever collected. I was like 3 years old, and we had a big like chest full of Hot Wheels that they would clank around. That sound when you dig into them. All different. They had like real cars, makes and models, and then they had all these fancy, of course, like sports cars and everything. And then there was all these like phony baloney looking, spaced out looking cars too. So pretty much every single type of car you could like build little cities for them. When your kids would have the race tracks, you can spin them up and they go through the hoop and all that. But it was probably more fun just to collect them. So I think they deserve an S rank. I remember my favorite toy was this little green station wagon. My parents still have it, like kept it because of my favorite toy. I would carry it around. It was a green station wagon, like the kind that Griswolds had, but it was green. And I said, green tar, green tar. They'd always say that to me, like even when I was an adult, like, oh, green tar, green tar. When I was a baby, I carried that around. So, yeah, so for me personally, I think that it's an S.
All right. Damn, up there with Transformers and He-Man. What about you, Omega?
Yeah, my earliest memories of those Hot Wheels. God, I was a toddler at that time. I barely remember. It's like etched in the back of my mind there, where my older cousin, he got a bunch of Hot Wheels for Christmas, and he told me it. I don't know why I mean I had a good time with him, but he said to me, he said, "No, you can't race with them." He said, "You got to park them like in a garage." And all we did was just line a bunch of them up, next to each other. And then I was like, "Okay, can we drive them now?" He's like, No, you just got to sit and admire them. I was like, "Okay." And we kind of just sat there. And looked at them for a while, I was like, "Oh," and then he was almost using it like as a point of conversation. He's like, "Which one's your favorite?" And I was like, "I like the blue one." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And even though he was kind of bossy, I mean, all kids, some kids are. it's still a fond memory I have with the Hot Wheels, was just doing that little thing where we lined them up. And as I was older, we also had the tracks that you connected that Tylord was talking about.
Yeah.
And we had those lined up and going down the stairs. So they kind of just do this really fast swoop, you know, and
Yeah.
just a lot of fond memories of those. So yeah, definitely S rank. Yeah.
I never grew up with them, so I'll leave it alone. They are, I mean, they're cool. I know that they call some the red line Hot Wheels, where they'll have like a red circle on the wheels, and apparently those are the
Oh
lucrative,
yeah.
more lucrative rare ones to have. But
Okay.
You ever
that's good.
find them?
No, like I've said in the past, I
Uh,
resell, so I go to
yeah.
flea markets, and I'm always looking for that red circle on the tire, but I never see them.
Oh, okay.
That's kind of interesting that your friend was like, "Let's just sit back and
Oh,
admire."
that was my older cousin. It was
Oh,
an
your
older
cousin.
cousin I had. Yeah,
I bet he took good care of his cars when he got
he did.
older. Yeah.
He did. Yeah, he grew up to be one of those guys who just has everything just a certain way. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
nobody touched this stuff. Just
Yeah.
growing up, that never changed, man. He just became that kind of adult. You know?
I picture him. He's the one that had like a PS2, and when he would put away the controllers, he still had the original box, the original
Right.
ties, put them
You're not.
back.
He said,
You're
"Don't
not far
wrap it
from
around the
wrong. Yeah.
controller."
Right. Don't
Yeah.
do that. It'll stretch the cable and yeah.
All right, I think it's Omega. Your turn, right? Thundercats and Hasbro's.
Oh man. Let's go with the Hasbro's. Yeah.
Did you have Hasbro's? I didn't know you were a WWF fan back then.
Well, like I have memories of the Hasbro's. I never owned any myself, but I had friends and relatives that owned them, and I'd play with them. One of my favorite things in their collections was the blue WWF ring, if you remember that.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
So that was really cool. And we'd use that ring we would use that ring to have not just the wrestlers wrestle in there, but we'd have GI Joes wrestling with them
Yeah.
as well.
Oh yeah.
Because they were the perfect size for the ring.
Yeah.
Uh, and yeah, I mean, it's like I grew fond of some of the characters just from their figures alone. Like I didn't even have to watch wrestling at the time to, gain an appreciation for like the distinct look of some of the figures, like Sergeant Slaughter and
Yeah.
Bret Hart. I remember was one that really stands out. So I'd say probably an A rank just for the nostalgia.
Okay. All right. I didn't know that you played with Hasbro's. That's
Yeah,
a shock. Oh, I got a button for that too.
I did not know that.
I did not know that you were a Hasbro guy. All right, Tyler, where you rank these Hasbro's?
S all the way. Like it's kind of embarrassing how late I played with toys. I was probably almost in middle school, and I still have those WWF figures. I probably got rid of all the turtles and everything. But like Jose said, and I'm sure you did this too. I would have my own little wrestling federation with those, and I'd have my cassette player, and I'd put the music in there and have them walk out to their
Titantron themes.
walk out to their entrance music, and have like certain people I assign them as the champion or whatever, and then I keep track of it in a notebook. It's not the same as on TV or whatever. I have like the wrestlers I like, but end up being champions that are not really champions. And like you said, to move on to GI Joe guys, I had that blue ring. I had this milk carton, and I cut out the bottom of it, and I put it. It fit perfectly over the little blue ring, so it was like a cage. I would have cage matches with them.
Wow.
But
That's awesome.
like I said, yeah, I was probably like in middle school, still playing with that stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, or at least sixth grade.
I was, this is S tier for me. I
Yeah.
don't know where that puts it. 2 S's and an A.
That's an S. Yeah, that's an S then.
That's
Yeah.
a lower.
Lower S. Yeah.
Yeah, man, I love these. I still remember the first one I ever got was the Macho King.
Yeah.
Macho King.
The one he had like a clothesline, right?
Yeah, and he had like the crown and
the
it came with like a
scepter.
scepter. Yeah, I remember I still remember asking my mom because I had like $5 and asking my mom like, "Can I have $2 or something?" I
Yeah.
remember she gave me like the $2, and I remember I still remember that because my sister got pissed. Why would when he asks you for money, you give it to him? When I ask you, You don't get. And then I just remember like leaving with my $2 and hearing my mom say, "You're asking me for $50. He's asking me for $2."
Yeah.
And I remember walking to my Newberry, I think it was the Newberry, walking over there, going down the aisle and buying my Macho King, and I had the blue
Nice.
ring, like Omega said, but I had the Turtles were in that my wrestling federation. I had He-Man in my wrestling federation. I had the what was that cartoon, Pirates from the Dark Water? I had
Oh yeah.
some of those guys in my
Yeah.
federation.
Pirates of Dark Water. Yeah.
Yeah, I had some of those guys, and I would like kind of how you're talking about sprawling the cars out. I would sprawl my figures out and make a card. Like, all right, this is the SummerSlam event. We got Hulk Hogan versus
Yeah.
He-Man, but I would call him for some reason he couldn't be He-Man because it wasn't realistic. I called him Max Powers. Like my He-Man was Max Powers. Hulk Hogan versus Max Powers
Nice.
in the main
Nice.
event, and I would use the laundry basket as my cage matches. Like that's the cage match.
Oh, there you go.
But just like you, Tyler, I think I might have been in like already near in high school and still making my cards,
Yeah.
my little cards on the carpet. And I remember one time my sister,
Oh, snap.
my older sister, coming home with her boyfriend, and me like panicking to pick up everything and throw it in the closet. Already with facial hair playing with my toys.
Yeah.
It's funny that you mentioned the notebook thing, Tylord, because I remember that's how my cousins and we'd like keep track of like one of us actually had like a keyboard piano with a bunch of pre-programmed songs in it.
Oh yeah.
So we'd say, okay, and we'd write it down. So button A1 is this dude's Titantron entrance. This is his signature move. You know, and then we treated it like all my toys were like one like, you know, like one would be WWF, and then these other guys are, you know, his federation's like WCW, and then they'd have pay-per-view events where they'd wrestle each other, and it'd be a big deal.
And you had the Monday Night Wars going on.
Yeah, exactly, man.
You know what I would use? I would open up my place. I would put in the Tekken disc into my PlayStation, and you know how if you left it open, you can play the music from the games.
Yeah.
And that was the wrestling theme. So like King Stage, that Island Stage.
Oh yeah.
That was the music for my movie Turtles Michelangelo. That was.
I remember my like I had a name for my federation. It was called the Cheap Wrestling Federation, the CWF. And then my friend, we would trade our little characters back and forth. My friend lived in Modesto. I lived in Turlock, and that's like like 10 minutes north of Turlock, and so that was called the Northern CWF, and mine was the Southern CWF. And we would exchange guys, like certain guys would go from his wrestling federation to mine.
Yeah,
you were
doing the territories.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, that's so we'll say like a lower rate. I think the only one that's been only a straight S has been Transformers, because I didn't rate it.
Yeah,
that's one. That's the only straight S one. So we'll say Transformers is the highest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who I think Tylord, where you put Thundercats?
Okay, those are really cool toys. I only had Lion-O and Mumra, and I don't ever remember getting them at Christmas. I think I did get them at Christmas, so I was hyped up about them. But I don't think they're quite as good as He-Man, mostly just because I don't like that show as much as He-Man. So I'll give it. I mean, they're pretty darn cool. They're taller than He-Man's, and they had a battery in them, and their lights would glow, or their eyes would glow, because they had lights inside their heads. So I think like A or B at least.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you
somewhere in there, somewhere like between A or B?
We'll put it like a little lower than the Turtles. Then.
Yeah.
There you go.
What about you, Omega? You a Thundercats guy?
I didn't know I had almost like, you know, with the whole secondhand figures thing. I had some Thundercats figures without knowing they were Thundercats. I had that one green looking. It was like a lizard looking guy.
He was I can't remember his
name. One of the villains.
That's not Mumra. That's not the bad guy.
No, Mumra is the main villain. Yeah.
There was the hyena guy, and there was a lizard guy. I can't remember their names.
I can't remember their names either, but I had the lizard guy.
Yeah, that guy was pretty cool. Like,
Yeah, I think it belongs in the A rank. Yeah, so
Yeah.
those are pretty figures, man.
All right, since he said A or B, I'm gonna put it at a B.
He's
Fuck, fuck
already teetering towards
Thundercats.
C over here.
It's all about He-Man, not Thundercats.
Oh man.
I always did you guys feel like there was like a kind of like a rivalry between like the He-Man fans and the Thundercats fans?
There
I
kind of
think so.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never watched
Yeah, I
it, but
probably
I
played
didn't.
He-Man.
I
Yeah.
mean, they the cartoon looked awesome and the
Oh
theme
yeah,
song
yeah,
was awesome, but I
Mhm.
yeah.
just never.
The theme song was this. Yeah.
Yeah, but I never got into it. All
Yeah.
right, so S, we had a bunch of S tiers. This is
Oh
like
yeah.
this wasn't like the Christmas fruitcake where we had like
Or split
transform.
or
Yeah,
platoon. Yeah.
your platoon. Yeah.
Platoon that didn't even get ranked.
Yeah, we had Transformers, He-Man, Hot Wheels, and WWF Hasbro's at the
Mhm.
S, and then just TMNT at A, and then Thundercats at B. Everything's just it's top heavy, but I
Oh
would say
yeah.
Transformers was the straight S, so we'll put that a little bit above the other ones.
Yeah.
All right, final rank here, final ranking thing.
All right.
Here we go. Christmas songs. So you've
Ah.
had your Christmas ham, you watch the Christmas story, and now you're driving home and your parents turn on the radio. You're listening to some of these songs. So we got Jingle Bell Rock, that dreadful Mariah Carey song, All I Want for Christmas, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Wham's, what's it called? Last Christmas, Nat King Cole's Merry Christmas to You, and Navidad. I forgot the singer's name, but Feliz Navidad.
Oh
Pick
man.
one, Omega.
Oh god. No white Christmas on this one, huh? All right. Let's go with
Oh shit! All right, we got that one.
Jingle Bell Rock. Let's go with
All right,
Jingle Bell Rock.
where are you putting that one? And can you sing
Ah, man.
a little part of it to the audio listeners? Before
Jingle bell, jingle bell rock. All
there
right,
you
there you
go,
go.
there you. Where are you putting Jingle Bell Rock?
Since it's such an easy song to sing, I'm gonna put it in the A rank. You know.
All right, Tyler, what were your thoughts on Jingle Bell Rock?
I like it. It was probably one of the when I had guitar class in high school. It was like we had a Christmas concert, and that was like one of the first songs I learned how to play on a guitar. So I put it in A.
All
Um,
right, damn, I think
Later we'll have some pumpkin pie and do some caroling. That's the same one, right? Yeah, yeah,
is it is the
yeah.
Jingle Bell Rock the same
Jingle
as?
bell,
There
jingle
you go.
bell rock. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right,
yeah.
I'll leave. Yeah, for me, yeah, I think
Okay.
it's A. It's a great one. I
Yeah.
kind not gonna
It
lie, I
has real.
kind
I like the chord progression. Like it has a nice like tune or a melody. Like I like the chord progression.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of fucking hate Christmas music, but this is one where I hear it, and maybe the little
Mhm.
hip starts shaking a little bit,
Yeah.
maybe your little fingers start snapping. Like I don't mind this one, Jingle Bell Rock.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I'll leave it at A, strong A. Tylord, pick another one. So you got Mariah Carey, Rudolph, Last Christmas by Wham, Nat King Cole's Merry Christmas to You, and Feliz Navidad.
I'll do the second one, Rudolph. That's a song we would always sing and add in the little lyrics after every line. And that's my girl's favorite movie, and they're always singing that. So I'll put Rudolph up there at an A.
Damn, right, all right, right next to Jingle Bell Rock. What about you,
Yeah.
Omega?
uh, where would I put that?
You
God.
you don't sound too impressed by it.
Well, I don't know. It was one of those songs I felt forced to sing almost as a little kid, by like the music teachers and stuff. So I guess I hold a little resentment towards the tune. Uh, but I mean, it is a memorable song. So I'm gonna bring it down to the B rank, depending on
Mhm.
or you know what? I'm gonna choose C just so I know it'll get a B. Oh, I'm
So
cheating.
it's a
I'm
B.
cheating.
You're tanking Rudolph here. I think for me, if you're talking about the California Raisins version of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, it's S rank. I don't know if you guys have ever heard that one.
No, I don't think so.
This might get me blocked in Russia, but we're gonna check it out. Can you guys
It
hear
was on
that?
the Christmas special.
Good show. Ooh, they like that grapevine. It's deserted out. Boss. So calm.
Let's fast forward it.
Come here. You cold off the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose. And if you ever saw him, you would even say it goes.
Yeah, so it was California Raisins version. S rank,
Okay.
but the regular one, I think it's like a C for me. I think we'll leave it. I think at a B.
Yeah, B works. Yeah, B works.
All right. I think it was Omega. Your turn again.
Feliz Navidad.
All right. Your thoughts on this one? Where are you putting this one?
Oh man, it's so hard to rank these songs. But at the same time, you've heard him so much, you know. I guess an A rank for Feliz Navidad. Yeah.
Tylord.
What do you got left?
About, right? Feliz Navidad. You remember that one?
Oh yeah, we played that in my guitar class also in middle school. I don't understand what it's saying, so I'll give it a B.
Man, I'm not gonna lie. I'm giving this shit like if I could give it an F, I would give it an F. I'm so tired of hearing this damn song. Feliz Navidad. I don't know if that's like a B or a C.
That's probably in the C range, probably as a result. Yeah.
Oh, there were English lyrics in it though. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. Okay.
I can't stand that song, man. Every time I hear it, I'm like, no, change that song. All right, Tylord. You got Mariah Carey, Wham, or Nat King Cole?
Which one is Nat King Cole?
Chestnuts roasting.
Oh yeah. I'll give that an A.
Mm-hmm.
Omega.
Yeah, that's a pretty song.
What do you give it, Omega? Keep it at an A.
It's gonna be an S or an A for me. I'm just trying to think whether I want to. I guess depending on my mood, it's either an S or an A. So I guess an A is a good fit.
All right. I think this one's S rank for me. This is one of those ones that I hear. Okay. One of the very few Christmas songs that I'm like, just very relaxing, very calm, not too gimmicky. Like it's just like a nice, relaxing song. But I think 2 A's and an S. It's showing as a little bit above Jingle Bell Rock, so we'll leave it like that.
Okay.
Omega. I think it's your turn, Omega. Mariah Carey. Nobody wants to pick that Mariah Carey. I think you guys are afraid of even talking about it.
I'm saving that one for last. I'm gonna go with Wham.
Where are you putting that one?
Can you sing a little bit for me, Ron? I wanna.
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember all the lyrics. This year, something. I'm giving it to someone special or something like that.
Oh man, yeah. That was so accurate. He's gonna get hit by that copyright claim.
Like blocked in Russia again.
Right. Let's go with let's go with A. Let's go with A. I know there's a lot of A's there, but
Tylord, you a fan of this one?
I like it. It's a pretty song. I can't really sing it though. I don't really know the words, but it's like a pretty song. Like kind of upbeat, kind of gets your foot tapping. I'd say probably an A or a B, somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, I think for me it's an A. It's a great song.
Okay.
I think this one and Careless Whisper can't go wrong with those songs from George Michael. Tylord, start us off with everyone's favorite, Mariah Carey's "All I Want for Christmas Is You."
That's something my sister would listen to, so I kind of like that. It was kind of annoying to me. But I don't. It's probably not terrible, but it's not for me. Maybe I'll be generous and give it a C.
All right, C.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on this one, Omega?
I almost want to give it a D just so we can space them all out a little more, you know?
When you're at the Macy's, the J.C. Penney, and this comes out, what's going through your head?
All right. Well, when you put it that way, it doesn't annoy me that bad. Like, it's just kind of in the background. It's not a very remarkable song, if you ask me. So I'd probably say a C is a good fit.
See, yeah, it's a D for me. I don't hate it, but it is a little bit obnoxious. All I want for Christmas is you. You know she's like touring right now, and that's like the headline song right now. So it's 2 C's and a D. I think. Well, we'll leave it at a C. I thought it was
There
gonna
you
get
go.
roasted, but she was she didn't get really roasted that badly. So we have like barely a little bit above everybody else was Nat King Cole, because I think we
There
gave
you
her
go.
like Nat King Cole, Merry Christmas to You, Jingle Bell Rock, and Wham's Last Christmas were an A, and the bottom of the barrel we had Feliz Navidad and Mariah
Feliz
Carey and
Navidad.
Mariah Carey. All I Want for Christmas Is You.
All
If
right.
you would have had Do You Know How Christmas Trees Are Grown, that would have been an S for me.
Can you sing some of that? I don't think I know that.
La 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 la. Do you know how Christmas trees are grown? It's from a James Bond movie. and John Barry wrote and composed it, so it has a really pretty melody.
I don't think I know that one. You know that one, Omega?
Yeah. It stays with you. It's a good song.
I don't think I know that one. Is there any that I missed that you guys were like? I think you said White Christmas, right? Well, how does
White
that one go?
Christmas, or the other glaring omission is the little drummer boy.
Ah,
Yeah.
which was White Christmas? Can you sing some of it?
I'm dreaming.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh man, that's a good one.
That's a good song. That I would have given an S rank.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Dreaming of a White Christmas. What about the Elvis one?
The Elvis one? That's a good one too.
Blue Christmas.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. I'll have a blue Christmas.
You gotta do the beginning where it sounds like he's eating like a hoagie in the beginning where he's like, oh ho, oh ho, ho.
He's eating his roll of his big roll of peanut butter and bacon. But
all right, guys. Well, that's it. We're done with the ranking. Short little bonus episode. Everybody have a Merry Christmas. If you're gonna spike the eggnog, make sure you're keeping an eye on the kids.
There you go.
They're not drinking out of there. Any what do they call it? New Year's resolutions, Omega. As we play us out here.
I wanna beat Super Mario Brothers 2 on the Famicom Disk System. I made it to the last level, and that game kicked me to the curb at the finish line, basically.
What about you, Tyler? Christmas? Any New Year's resolutions?
No, I was gonna say get all my blood in order because I had open heart surgery and I was trying to get all my cholesterol levels. That was gonna be my New Year's resolution, but I already got my blood results back and I'm all perfect health.
Nice.
So you guys are only thinking about yourself.
I want to. I can't think of any big plans right now that you put me on the spot. Yeah. I don't know. Be back again next year for the Christmas ranking video.
What would be a good something else to rank that would be good for Christmas? Favorite uncles or
top 10 platoon scenes.
Top 10 Platoon. Nothing says Christmas like Platoon. And for my Christmas resolution is to help the homeless. You guys were being really selfish.
Yeah.
About yourselves.
Right.
I'm just kidding.
I told you about my helping the homeless problem. I told you my helping the homeless story, right?
Oh yeah, you gave someone money, or you gave him.
I gave him a big bag of chicken, and he was disappointed. He's like, oh.
You should have taken it back. Tell him now you get nothing.
Yeah.
Moral of the story: don't help the homeless. That's what Tyler.
Don't give. Giving gets you nowhere.
All right, guys. See you guys next year. Bye-bye.
Bye.